Hi everyone, I'm James here at PS Coffee Roasters. We're here in Clay in our roastery, and today I'm just going to run through with you how to make a basic V60 at home. So what you're going to need is coffee, kettle, your V60 obviously, your filter paper, and carafe and the scales. So to get started, I'm just going to wet my filter paper here. Now the following approach is something that we find gives us the best results. It's always evolving, always changing. Sometimes we change it with the coffee that we're using, but I think this is a fairly good approach for you at home who is looking to make good coffee without having to leave your house. So just get rid of that water there. So washing out that paper filter just rinses it of any papery tastes and also heats up this for us. So I'm just going to turn my scales. I'm going to add my coffee. So today I'm using 20 grams and I'm going to use a 16.66 to 1 ratio. It's kind of up to yourself as to what kind of ratio you want to use. I think this works best for most coffees. So you need to kind of give it a little flatten out there, a bit of a shake, make sure it's nice and flat and create a little bit of a well. I like to do that as it kind of gives the water a chance to get down to the bottom fast, and that gives the coffee a better chance of extracting evenly. So I'm just going to get going here. I'm using a nice Ethiopian today, notes of lavender, bubblegum and blueberry. It's very nice coffee, really good on V60, so I thought it was appropriate to use. So just get my timer going there. So I'm going to start the first phase of my pour, which is the bloom. So I'm going to use 3 times the amount of water to coffee, and I'm going to give it a nice, really kind of vigorous stir here. And this is kind of allowing all the grounds to get wet at once, and this is again supporting the kind of even extraction that we're going after. This process usually, or this stage of the brew usually takes about 35 seconds. I like to use it for about 35 seconds. You'll see a lot of bubbles at the top. That's just CO2 getting out, and it's giving the coffee a chance to breathe and get rid of that kind of gas that's going to maybe stop our even extraction process. So then I'm going to give it a little stir at the start for the second stage of the pour, and I'm just going to go right down the middle. Now this is just what we find works the best. And again I'm going to give it a little stir and level it out. So about the 125 mark, I'm going to start the third phase of the pour, and this is the final phase as well. So kind of slow circular motions. And I'm going to bring it up to my final yield, which is 335 grams. And now I'm just going to wait until all the water is passed down through the coffee, and hopefully I'm going to see a nice flat bed of coffee. Just going to kind of reinforce for me that I did get an even extraction. So just as this is finishing up, I'll just take this time to talk about maybe a small bit on brew time. If your brew is too short, it's going to taste sour, and if it's too long, it's going to taste too bitter. Some people might like that, but for me, it's not for me. So I suppose that's kind of a lot of the fun with making your own coffee at home, that you get to play around with these things, play around with grind size, different coffees, different brew ratios, just to try to figure out what's best for you and what you like the most. So as you can see here now, I have a nice flat bed of coffee. Happy with that. Final brew time is 3:30. I think it's pretty good for this coffee, so I expect this to taste pretty good. But yeah, I think I've covered everything there. Thanks for watching, and hope you make good coffee at home.
Yeah.